Good day everyone, Kale with YouthCenter here with a small preview of what to expect in the January 2023 release of YouthCenter. One of the core tenets of YouthCenter is ease of data integrity, and because of that, we try to minimize duplicate content entry wherever possible. One of the areas where you've told us there's a lot of duplicate content entry is in the client contact system. Because of that, we are proud to introduce the new Contact Manager for YouthCenter. Let's talk a little bit more detail about the problem. So here you can see Celia Grace, mother of client 1, aunt of client 2. You've gone ahead and entered the information twice across the entire system, or maybe more times in some cases, about Celia Grace. This is all great, everything's working well, it's easy to report on, up until Celia does something like updates her email address. Now you have to go through and find every place you have Celia Grace and update that email address. With Contact Manager, what we've done is made Celia Grace her own contact. So we've took a lot of the shared information, like her name, her address, her email, her phone number, employment, all that sort of information, and put it in one central place, and then allowed you to edit specific information, like the fact that she's the mother of client 1 and the aunt of client 2, and keep that pieces of information separate. So let's go ahead and walk through a quick demo of how that works in reality. So here you can see it. I'm logged into my YouthCenter instance. I'm going to go ahead and select William and look at his contacts. Here you can see inside his contacts that we have his sister, Sarah. You can see she's set up as a co-defendant, no contact. So let's go ahead and make a few changes to that. Go ahead and select Edit, and you'll notice that we have two separate sections now. The first section you'll notice is this relationship section. This is information specific to William. So the fact that Sarah is his sister, and we'll go ahead and make her approved with supervision for visitor status. Down below is that common information I was referring to earlier. Her name, her address, her phone number, all that sort of common information. So let's go ahead and save that. And then let's go ahead and edit somebody else's profile. Let's do Mercedes here. Go to her contacts, and we'll show off the power of this new Contact Manager. Let's go ahead and create a new relationship, and this new Find a Client Contact screen will show up. So if I search a fuzzy search, let's do Sarah C, just keep it something simple. You can see similar people were found, and if I hadn't found Sarah here and she wasn't already a client in the system, I could simply click Create a New Client. But since she already is, I'm going to go ahead and select her. You can see she's already associated with William. I'm going to say, yes, create a new client contact. And now you can see all that same information that was here about Sarah is pulled in. And I can edit specific information, like the fact that she's her aunt in here, and maybe she's approved for visitor status. Let's say I'm also in here, and while I'm here, I found out she has a phone number that we can reach her at. So 616-999-8888. Go ahead and save that information. You can see we have Aunt Sarah. So if I go back here, there's her phone number that we just added, the fact that she's her aunt. And if I go back to William, that shared information, the fact that she has a phone number, is automatically updated in all the associated records. But you can notice he is still, or she is still, William's sister, not his aunt. So let's go ahead and look at the Contact Manager a little bit heavier. So here you can see the new Contact Manager. So if I wanted to, I could search for Sarah here. Sure enough, there's the Sarah I was looking for. And I can edit that same information I did inside the individual client contacts here in this main page. So if I want to see how many Sarahs I have, or if I'm looking and trying to deduplicate and try to get rid of similar contacts, I can use this Contact Manager search function to find everybody. So if I do something more similar like John, you can see I have John McLean, which is the contact, a client contact specifically. We also have John Smith, and this John Smith is actually a user in the system. So I can see both users, individuals, and companies in this new Contact Manager. I can add a new person or add a new company directly from this screen, and then go and later associate them with a client contact after I've entered them here if I'd prefer. So a lot of power in what you can do and how you can search for information across YouthCenter. We hope this solves a whole lot of your duplicate content entry problems, and we're excited to see how you'll use it in the future. Thanks so much for being a YouthCenter client.